it take to create a new mindset?
I like that. Thank you. I feel with creating a new mindset, as she said, with regards to resources. A quick thing, and Mr. Mack, he knows me real well, is I retired from the Navy, and when I was getting out, some of the things that I didn't know, I now know. Just like how, again, we're doing the research. So with that being said, if you're looking for employment, you're looking for a career change, you have to go to those places that have those words in front. Use your resources, just like networking on Facebook, Instagram, and all this other good stuff. You got to talk to those who are in the know, who are actually doing something. Because two people talking to two unemployed people is really not going to get someone employed. Long story short. But with that, there are programs, especially that I work with, that can assist you, but you just got to be willing to do the work. So to answer the question, you got to be willing to do the work to get to the resources, to get the final product, if you will. Because anyone can come up with something and do big things. One thing that I am very privileged for is I'm sitting next to all these folks who have all this knowledge. So guess what I'm gonna do afterwards? I'm gonna tap into it because one, it can possibly help them grow their network and their businesses, as well as assisting others with obtaining employment. So use your resources.
To create a new mindset. So if you have one set.
Relating to Black Wall Street.
Relating to Black Wall
Okay,
Street.
that's what I wanted to hear. So I think that the idea how you change your mind is actually changing your mind, and the next step is action. So saying that what I'm doing now does not work, let me try something else. And I think that even though the kernel of the mind change is important, the step to action and the desire to do an action afterward, because it can be like, okay, how do we start this Black Wall Street? One, the first step is, let me just support another Black business. Let me just support them. It can be very simple, but you have to change your mind. It's weird. It's one of those weird little kernels that you peel it off and there's nothing inside of it, but you have to change your mind and then say, okay, let me do something different than I've been doing because it's not working. So it's to change. It's weird. It's a weird answer, but just to change your mind and then commit to an action.
Right.
So it's just a commitment, making a
I
commitment.
kind of agree with him. I believe it's to learn to love everybody as if they're your own, I say children or your own mom. I don't know you, I don't know where you come from, but you look like me, and I understand that the world uses social media, uses every weapon that they can to destroy us as Black people, us as people of color. But we gotta love ourselves. So I might not know you, might not know where you come from, but you look like me, so I love you. So I'm gonna support you. So I'm gonna help you, and I'm gonna continue to plant those seeds, and by faith, what you sow you reap, they should come back. Because if you ain't got faith in something, you're gonna fall for anything. And if you planting bad seeds, or if you walk around with a negative attitude, you're just gonna continue to draw that energy to you anyway. So for me, I'm like, I want love to come into my life. I want peace to come into my life. So I'm gonna give love. I'm gonna give peace. I'm gonna help others, and by faith, it's gonna come back to me. And I just keep on rocking, and it keeps me in a positive mindset at all times, and if I die today, I may not have much to what everybody else say, but I'm like, man, these last 10, 15 years of my life have been fabulous. Not because of what someone has given me materialistic-wise or financially, but just because of the way I felt about who I was becoming, and what I do for people. And that
I think this is a very interesting question, and I appreciate the approach that you guys took so far on this. But I'm from a different form of thinking. I don't want to necessarily use other people's resources. I'd rather use my own resources and flip my money until I have enough money to provide everything that I need for myself. And I don't necessarily ascribe to a certain faith of anything. I believe in myself 100% because I know the numbers. I think we should try something a little bit different from faith. I think we should do the research and do the numbers and come up with a plan that's foolproof, that's bulletproof, based on the knowledge that we have. Our ancestors set forth a path before us, right? And if you really think about it, everything exists. The keys to unlocking the doors of the past and bringing them into the future, they're all here. So I think we need to shift our mentality from an emotional approach to a physical approach based on knowledge and statistics and insights. And I might be going over, I might be talking kind of fast, but by that I mean, how many black people live in San Diego? If San Diego is 1.3 million people and we're 6% of that, that'll give us around 80,000 black people. And if we have this many barbershops or this many restaurants, how do we serve a number of those people? Those are actionable steps that we can take that will help change the mentality of the people around us. If you guys were to take out your cell phone right now and you Google Black Barbershop San Diego, I'll pop up number one. I didn't do that with anybody else's resources. I did that out of necessity because I know that people are looking for a black barbershop in San Diego when they come to this city. There's this many people, and that's how we operate and move forward. We can't sit there and say, we need somebody to come and help us, we need somebody else's money. I think we exist in a time where it's imperative for us to do things ourselves. So like she was saying, if you only have $5, then we need to flip that $5 till it's 10, till it's 20. I don't want to run to anybody's bank and ask anybody for a loan and then pay them back and then have them tell me what I can do and what I can't do and how to dress, what to wear, and how my business should operate. I know what my people need. I know how my business should operate, and I'm going to move in that direction based on reality. Not anything abstract, but we exist. Okay, there's a spiritual side to things, if you believe that. But we exist in a physical reality, and we need to move forward in that physical reality. Blessings may come, but in the physical realm, we need to take actionable steps that lead us to physical reality, and we're guaranteed that success based on the principles of physical realm.
One thing I teach also is, I teach to an independent black school in San Diego called Beta Salam University or Academy. And I have about 9 students, young black men. And the first thing I teach them is to love themselves. And after you love yourself, then knowing yourself is loving yourself. So if we look at the historical ramifications of Black Wall Street, one of the, I would say, in rebuilding, one thing we didn't do was we didn't have our own military. And that's what I teach the young people. If you're gonna build something, you gotta protect it. So, the United States government bombed Black Wall Street, for those who don't know, And so me being a product of the Nation of Islam, we have our own military. So we protect what we build. We took a note from that and said, okay, well, we're gonna protect and we're gonna give our life, and we'll take your life if you try to come against what we have sacrificed and built. You know what I'm saying? Look at, and from that, you got the Black Panthers. This is the legacy. My grandfather was part of the Marcus Garvey movement. He's 93 right now. At 5 years old, he became a member of the Marcus Garvey movement. And that's another, if you look at the history of Black Wall Street, then after that came Marcus Garvey, then after that came the Nation, after that came the Black Panthers. So we got to study history so that we don't make the same mistakes. You can't just sit there and make money. Look at BET, for example. He didn't want to, a lot of people don't know this, he did not want to sell BET. He was forced to sell BET. They made him an offer he couldn't refuse. So if we know this, and if you don't know it now, you know. So don't think you can just make money in America and they're not going to come against you. So we have to be very serious.